Hello, Flosstube! It's Taylor, the Southern Stitcher. I am back again. Apparently, this yearly thing is my new trend because I never make any videos. The only reason I'm making this now, and it got brought to my attention, which I was thinking about making another one sooner or later anyways, was because somebody messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, when are you making another video? And I was like, I don't know. But I guess I'm back. So it's been about a year. I looked at my last video and it was made in April of 2019. A lot has changed again. That just seems to be the theme of my life, apparently. So I got married in October. We moved to Florida recently. I actually moved right before basically the world broke. So we didn't even we haven't really even gotten to explore Florida, where we live. So, yeah. Okay. That's pretty much life update. I don't know what else about that. So I guess we'll jump right into it. So I wrote down a few things. I'm sure I'm going to miss some things because it's been a year and I've done this, that, and the other since then. But here we are. So I guess I'll start with the whips that I have. I have quite a few, I guess, but most of them I work on them kind of sporadically. I don't have a system. I don't have like a set day or time or whatever to really do this. And so, yeah, we'll get right into it. Okay. So all of my whips but one are on the same exact piece of fabric. I have a bunch of things like kitted up, but I just haven't started them because I've been really in love with one of my whips, and I've learned over time that I am definitely one of those people that once I get into a project, I'm going to work on it until I get bored with it or until I need something different. So, yeah. All right, so the first thing is this is the 2019 Prairie Schooler Santa. This one I'm actually probably going to restart because I started it on 28 count and I really want them to be ornaments, and these are just going to be way too big. So I'm either going to restart it on the 28 count over one instead of over two, or I'm going to start it on a 32 count because I know that one will be a little bit bigger. So this is the progress that I had on that. I got the sheep done, got part of his legs done, and I'm not one of those people that's like, oh no, I have to restart the project. I don't care. I don't care. So yeah, there he is. But again, I'm probably just gonna restart it. I'll either restart it or I will finish this one. I'm sorry if you hear that in the background. I have my door closed and my animals don't like it. I'll either finish this one, give it to my mom or somebody who would like it, I guess. I don't know. Or I'll just trash it and start over. Haven't decided yet. But yeah, that's where that is. Cute. I'm hoping to get all of them eventually because we all know how that goes. You want the whole thing. But the main reason I want them is because my aunt gives everybody in the family an ornament every single year. And they're usually themed. She kind of picks what theme you're going to get when you're a baby, I guess, and mine just happened to be Santa's. So I was like, oh, okay, perfect. Well, that will go perfectly on a Santa tree because I have all of these Santa ornaments that I can also put with my cross stitch. Perfect. All right, so the next one that I have is Little House Needleworks Tree Farm. These I haven't really worked on since, I guess, Christmas or around that time, or like January-ish, because I just haven't felt like I wanted to. And then this guy is on the same piece of fabric. Surprise, surprise. I'm pulling up Priscilla and Chelsea. All right, and this is where I'm at on that. I got the full bottom part done. Now I'm just working on the house, and then I'll have the other trees that need to be done. Once again, I haven't worked on this since probably January. Between moving and this, that, and the other, that's life. Alrighty, and then so that's the tree lot. It's the hometown holidays. One of those. I think I'm going to finish it. I bought this truck sign, a Christmas tree truck or whatever from Walmart maybe last year, 2 years ago. I don't remember. I'm probably gonna finish it on that, and then hang it up for Christmas. Yeah. So I do have a couple other projects that I finished when we get to the finishes. I just randomly thought about this. When we get to the finishes, I have a couple other finishes, but they were seasonal, and I finished them at that time, and so they're packed away in the seasonal stuff. All right. Next, this one I actually have been working on, because I want to get it done. I've been working on this one. I don't even know how long. You can check my Instagram. It's the Southern Stitcher. I don't think it's Taylor. I think it's the Southern Stitcher. On Instagram, I try to post there a lot. Sometimes I suck. Sometimes I don't. Because I have realized that I am not an extrovert like a lot of other people, and I'm very much introverted, and I keep to myself. Anyways, so this is Autumn by the Cricut Collection. Oh, I forgot to mention, on the 2019 Santa, I'm using all the called for colors. Same with the Little House Needleworks Holiday Hometown Tree Lot. I'm using all the called for colors. This one, I am using the called for DMC, because this guy has about 1,000,001 fancy flosses, and really the only part that is even remotely variegated was like the leaves in the tree right here. And I was like, I'm not buying all of these and spending $100 on this project for that. Because to me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. The DMC, it's my cat, if you can hear him. The DMC turns out just fine. All right, so I can't see what I'm showing you. Here we go. All right, here is Autumn. Like I said, called for. I can't tell if you can see that or not because I can't see through it. But yeah, Autumn. I'm working on the M right now, so I am very close to finishing this. Hopefully soon. Yeah, like I said, I can't see it, but hopefully you can. Maybe you can see it. There we go. All right. Yeah. It's fun. It's actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. I'm stitching this one in hand, which I usually don't stitch in hand. I'm definitely a Q-snap or a hoop stitcher, just because I like the tension. And because I stitch, I guess technically like a left-handed stitcher, and my X's don't go the same way as most people work. And that's how I taught myself. I tried to reteach myself how to do it. I'm sorry if you guys are wobbling. You're on the bed. I tried to reteach myself how to do it the correct way, but you know what? It's a hobby. I don't care. I'm gonna stitch however I want. Nobody's really gonna see it except for me, because I don't think I'll ever put these in a fair or anything like that. Okay, so my next whip, well, my last whip, because all the other things that you've probably seen in past videos are either finished or they haven't been worked on in the past year or two. So this is, I have the picture. This is Firefly Fairies. That is a tongue twister by Lavender and Lace. This one is no longer in print, but if you're looking for it, eBay is a great place to look. That's where I found mine. Most of the time, they're reasonably priced. I paid a little bit more than retail for mine, but that's just because I was impatient and I wanted to go ahead and get it started. Which, the fabric that I bought it from Color Cascade, and those are overseas, and and I guess they dye it as soon as you place the order, and that took forever to get to me. I think it's Color Cascade. I can't remember. I have the slip in my project bag, but I didn't bring that with me, so check my Instagram. I might have put it there. I can't remember. So yeah, Firefly Fairies, because again, I can't talk. eBay, because you can't find it on any of the other websites. So here she is. Let me see if I can kind of maneuver this. All right, so this is my progress. I have this fairy completely done, including her sparkles over here. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on these sparkles. Because I chose a light fabric and the sparkles are dark, you can see through it when it's being shined directly in the light. So, let me see that. So yeah, I have to do a pin stitch with every single one of those sparkles. Whew, it takes a hot minute. So this is where I'm at. I still have a few more little sparkles right here that I have to get done. I was waiting to do more of this before I did these, mainly for placement purposes. But yeah, oh, there we go. I know this is on a 32 count opalescent, linen something or other. I can't remember what it is. The colors are not showing up. It's supposed to be in person. It's got a little bit, obviously it's hand dyed. The reason I picked this fabric was because I saw somebody on Instagram stitching it and it looked so cool. Because these fairies obviously remind me of the fairies from Sleeping Beauty. And you know how they changed the colors of her dress from pink to blue, whatever. This fabric has a little bit of that. The person on Instagram that I got the inspiration from, I can't remember what her name is. I'm so sorry. Hers was way more saturated. Mine, I guess it depends on the light. It looks more just, in low light, it looks like it's supposed to, but in regular light, it just kind of looks white. I'm not upset with it. I would have paid the same amount for an opalescent anyways, so I think it was a little bit more, but regardless, doesn't really matter. I don't care. I love this design regardless. I was not going to do it on because the fabric that it's called for, this shooting star type thing, is bleached. So what they tell you to do is to get this piece of fabric, and then they have like all the instructions on the back on how to bleach it so you can get this star effect. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable doing that, so that's not gonna happen. So then I found this beautiful fabric from somebody on Instagram, obviously, and decided that that's what was gonna be done. So yeah, there she is. Beautiful. They're gonna look awesome. I'm hoping to have this one done this year at some point. I mean, I have no deadline for any of these projects at all. They get done when they get done. Most of the time my mirrors and my bigger pieces, or like my ladies, get done sooner than like my autumn, because as I'm gonna show you, one of my finishes is the Lady of the Flag. I started her after my autumn. And she's done. She's been done. Okay, so let's see, what do we want to do next? I guess I'll show you my finishes. Might as well. So I finished a couple things. I finished Hands-On Design Harvest Chockful. This one is on a 28 count dyed by me piece of fabric. I finished this one in roughly the same style that Priscilla finished hers. I loved the bucket, so I finished it similar, but not quite. I did the bow with the round, and let me tell you, this was a pain in the butt to finish. A pain in the butt. But it's finished, and I love it. And it's displayed right now. I don't care that it's not fall. I have all the other charts because I'm on an auto ship. I haven't done any of the other ones just because I would like to spend my money on charts rather than the threads. And with these, I love the variegated threads that they're called for. I just think they're so pretty. So here is Harvest, the small one, the small piece. Don't look too closely because it's not the best finishing in the world. And then for the big piece, I took inspiration from the piece that Priscilla finished for Kimberly at the Fat Quarter Shop. I took that inspiration because I didn't really like the enamel cookbook holder, whatever it's called, that she used for hers. That's not my style. I do like the rustic, the farmhouse type look, but I'm not into the, straight up whitewash, white and black, checkered, that kind of stuff. So I finished it on this board. This is actually a chalkboard that I found because I couldn't find the one piece that she actually used for Kimberly. So I found this chalkboard. I thought it was perfect. I love the whitewash. I think this is like a regular thing. It was in like the chalkboard section of Hobby Lobby. And then I found this fabric that I thought was really close to this. It was muted because for fall, you kind of want that washed out type colors. I thought it looked really cute. I used a covered button and a bow. That's it. And then it's got a little stand on the back, or you can hang it up. Right now, it's sitting on my vintage sewing machine stand. So it stands on the pedestal thing. All right, my next and only last fully finished piece is spring. Oh, and the Hands-On Design all called for colors. This is the Spring ABCs. I tried to Priscillify it. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not a bow person, so my mom is the florist in the family, not me. So this one is not the called for colors. I did not have any of the called for colors, so I was just like, I'm just gonna make my own. I don't have the papers in my craft room. So yeah, cute. It hangs up. Yeah. All right. So my next finished pieces that are not fully finished yet because the store's closed and I couldn't go get anything. Like I finished those two pieces when we first moved here right before Hobby Lobby shut down. And I was like, no, I can't finish anything else. All right. So I finally, if you look back on my Instagram, I don't know if I showed this on my Flosstube or not. I've had this project going basically for the past 3 or 4 years. I just now started keeping track of when I started and finished or worked on pieces. I recently went and bought a notebook, and I was like, I really would like to know when I started these things and see what I can do. Anyways, regardless, this is Red Riding Hood by the Primitive Hair. And she's finished. I ran into a problem because I did not buy, which you can't really tell. In person you can a little bit, but I think I did a pretty good job of blending it. I did not buy enough of the fancy floss for the red and the brown. So when I went to, and of course I kitted this up 4 years ago, 4 years ago, dye lots change. I knew that was gonna happen. I had a feeling it was gonna happen, of course. I didn't think about it when I first was starting it, and the patterns don't give you a definite number of skeins that you need. So I had to buy a new one. It came much lighter, I think, than the original, so I had to blend it, but it's not a big deal. I think it looks fine. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna frame this. Sweet, simple. I'm gonna frame it myself. I don't think I will pay to get that framed. It really just depends. Depends on what my husband says. Because when we moved here, I had to quit my job because they didn't have a place for me here, which is super sad, but whatever. Next is Halloweenies by Plum Street Samplers. I love this. I think it is adorable. So cute. So cute. I don't know how I'm going to finish this. I think because these are seasonal, they have different seasonal ones. So I think I might find a way to where I can interchange them. I found like this jewelry box type thing at Hobby Lobby, just in the unfinished wood section, and it would fit perfectly on the top, and then I could store like sewing stuff in it. I thought that was a cute idea. Let me know. I haven't fully decided yet. Next is, this one is called Hogwarts Attributes by Cute Patterns by Maria on Etsy. I have also had this one going for at least 2 years. And in the process of moving, I was super stressed. My husband was down here. I was back in Birmingham, and I was just like, okay, I need something to bust out. And look, I busted it out. I love this. And again, I'm probably just going to frame it. This one is super backstitch heavy. Super. Like, so much backstitch in this piece. So much. But I think it turned out beautiful, and all the backstitch is definitely worth it. Definitely. I'm probably just gonna frame this one, hang it up in my craft room, and or the eventual, when we find a bigger house, my Harry Potter inspired guest bedroom that I will eventually get to. All right, and the piece de la resistance, my lady of the flag. If you guys follow me on Instagram, or if you want to go check my Instagram, you will know. If you don't, guess what? I did 2 of these at the same time. Don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I know what I was thinking. Once I finish a project, I'm done. I'm not doing it again. Like, I've tried to do a second Mira because I gave the Royal Games 1 to my mom, and I was like, I want one of those for my house too. Yeah, I started it. I never did anything with it. I might eventually do it again, or I might just do the second one for myself, and then, you know, that can be like companion pieces. But I wanted to do this piece as soon as I bought this pattern. I bought this pattern when it was re-released. And it was actually funny because we were on vacation and I just looked up I was like, cross-stitch shops near me. And there happened to be one right down the road. So I was like, okay, cool, let's go. And my mom and my sister were like, oh, yeah, okay. So I happened, because I had no hope of finding this pattern. I was just like, whatever. If it comes, it comes. If not, I'm not paying $150 for it. So we happened to go to this cross-stitch store, and I was like, hey, do you have any leftover copies of The Lady of the Flag? She was like, yeah, actually I have one more spot. And I was like, oh my gosh, perfect. Can I get it? And she was like, well, I don't have them here, but I can put you on the list. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I will prepay. I will do whatever I need to do to make sure to secure this, because I want this pattern. Which I don't do that a lot. Because I'm not I like to collect the mirrors, but I only get the ones that I'm going to stitch. I don't feel the need to buy the ones that don't call to me or I'm drawn to, so I only get the ones that I want to stitch. But of course, when I saw this pattern, I was like, I need this in my life. I need this one. And also, my aunt was born on the 4th of July. So I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect for her. I could stitch this for her. And I said, but because she's my aunt, once something happens, or, you know, generations or whatever, she's not going to want to give it, her family's not going to want to give it back to me. I want that to be passed down in her family. Whereas like the Royal Games one, I know it's kind of morbid, but if something happens to my mom, like, I'll get it back. It's not going anywhere. It's my family. So if I want it, I'm going to get it. But with my aunt, obviously, I want her to be able to pass that down to her family. So I stitched 2. And I got it done in less than a year. I was blown away. So enough jibber jabber. Here is mine. Again, if you want to see the second one, go to my Instagram, The Southern Stitcher. I finished that one as a wall hanging for her because I wasn't going to dish out the kind of money it would require to get it framed, because I took this one to a frame shop and was like, hey, with all the things that I want, I would love to get it framed by Jill Rensel, I think her name is. I would love to do that. But that right there is going to be around $800. But to get it framed at a regular frame shop, or the one that I went to in Birmingham, it was going to be around $500. Either way, I'm saving this one specifically to get it framed the way I want to get it framed. Sorry, the FedEx guy is driving around my neighborhood, kind of being creepy. Whereas, like, any of the other ones, I'll sacrifice a little bit. But with this one, I want a fabric mat. I want it double matted. I want a gold frame. I want it to really be beautiful, because she's a beautiful piece. All right, so here we go. Here she is. I'm going to have to stand up. So beautiful, if I do say so myself. She is stitched on a 32 count linen Whisper. I'm not 100% sure. Again, you can check my Instagram. So yeah, this is the same fabric that Jessie Marie did hers on. I saw it because I knew I wanted to do it on a blue piece, but I'm not good at picking my own fabric colors, so I get inspired by other people. So yeah, there she is. She's beautiful. And again, I did 2 of these. Guys, 2 of them. I am freaking insane. Oh my gosh. So what I had to do, if anybody's out there like, hey, how did you stitch 2 of them? How did you motivate yourself to stitch 2 of them? Well, what I did, I actually started with the face first because that's more on the top side. And with my mirrors, I either start on top or the bottom. I don't start in the middle because that's just too much to go out and about, and I do mine kind of in sections. So I started with her face. Started with the face, went down to the arm, went up, and then I did the flag. Like, I didn't do any of the dress. I did the flag. And then, so I pulled all the colors that are needed just for the flag. I did that one first, and so I did, you know, the blues on one, and once I was done with like a section on one, I'd go to the next one. Or if I had worked on one for a couple days, I would pull out the other one for a couple days. I just tried to keep them similar to each other. That way I wasn't having to backtrack a whole bunch. Like if I had gotten the entire flag done on this one and then I had to go back and do the entire flag on the other one, I would have gotten burnt out. So I did just a little bit at a time. Man, just look at that flag effect. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. But I was gonna frame her myself because I was like, I want this. I just want it up on my wall. I don't want it just sitting in a box. All my mirrors, I just want them up. I don't care, whatever. This piece is such a weird size. She's way long, super skinny. There's no hope. So I'm just gonna get her framed. I'm gonna dish out the money to get her framed and move on from there. All right. So yeah, that is my lovely lady. I don't know if I'm ever going to get rid of the pattern. I haven't decided. I am paranoid about getting rid of stuff because what if something happens or blah, 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 you know, all those stupid thoughts go through my head. But we'll see. If you are interested in the pattern or if you have a pretty meaningful reason to stitch it, I might sell it at a reasonable price. I haven't decided yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so that brings us to plans. So after I finished Lady of the Flag, not long afterwards, it was probably actually about a month or 2 ago, found out that, what is she called? Lady Liberty? No. Queen of Freedom. Found out that was going out of print, and I was planning on stitching that for a companion piece so I could have them both together. I might even stitch them on the same fabric. I haven't decided yet. I was like, oh no. So as soon as I read that it was being discontinued, I did not sleep on it. I told my husband, I said, I don't care what the budget looks like right now. I've got to buy this right now. And he was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. So I checked. Everywhere I Googled, everywhere I called, they didn't have it. So I finally had to go to Instagram. I was like, hey guys, I really want this for a companion piece for my Lady of the Flag. Thankfully, I was able to find it. I was able to order it. They only had one left, and I was like, I'm so excited. So that's in my stash. I don't know when I'm going to start that one. That one's not on the immediate want to start type thing. I do have 2 pieces. Well, actually, I have like 4 or 5 pieces actually fully kitted up. I just have been really in love with Firefly Fairies. So the 2 pieces that I'm planning on starting in the immediate future are Spring Queen, Mirabilia. I probably won't start this one until after I'm done with my Firefly Fairies, mainly because I really want to focus on that. And I like only having one lady on the go at a time. Which, in the process of doing Firefly Fairies, I've decided I do not like the way Lavender and Lace charts their projects. Maybe it's just the one, but I'm not a huge fan. I don't know why. Maybe it's because my working copy, it's very hard to make a working copy of those charts because the ink is not dark enough. So when you're trying to make a working copy, it comes out super washed out and you can't really tell. That's a personal thing. I love the charts, love the pictures. I have another Lavender and Lace kitted up. I have Angel of Love kitted up. I don't know. Whatever. Regardless, that was a rabbit hole. Moving on. Spring Queen. I am going to start her hopefully in the near future. I love her. She is my favorite of all the queens. I have all the queens. Well, actually, her and Autumn Queen are my favorites. They're my favorites out of all of the queens. Probably her more than Autumn. I don't know. I'm not biased. Whatever. I'm doing her just on an antique white. Nothing fancy because I feel like her colors pop enough. Don't really need to add much fanfare. And I'm kind of just, I'm a basic stitcher. I don't need anything fancy. No fancy fabrics. They're pretty. I think they're gorgeous. But I also feel like with some designs, it takes away from the design. Now, the exception to that is the new Geisha from Autumn Lane Stitchery. Guys, I need that pattern and need that fabric in my life immediately. Probably I might buy it soon, definitely, because she is beautiful, especially on that fabric, especially. Right, so last but not least, the next thing I'm going to start in the near future, maybe in the next couple days or so, is I am actually restarting Enchanted Seamstress from Heaven and Earth Design. So, if you've seen my previous Flosstubes, oh my gosh, guys, my cat. So, if you've seen my previous videos or follow me on Instagram, you know I already had this started. I had like 4 pages done. I have misplaced it. I don't know where. In between the move and this, that, and the other, it's gone. I don't know where it is. But it's okay. I was wanting to restart it anyways because I was not in love with the fabric. And I was like, and pretty sure it wouldn't have fit on the fabric that I had, the piece that I had. It was just, I started that when I first started stitching, and it was just one of those big pieces that you could have gotten Hobby Lobby at the time. It was on a 28 count, I'm pretty sure. And I was just not, I wasn't in love with it. I wasn't. So I went out and I bought a piece of 25 count cream Lugana. And I feel like I might, and I'm going to do it 1/1. I feel like I'm going to be much happier with this one. Only time will tell. I'll probably start that one actually here in the next couple days. Because I want that one done. I want that one on my walls again. So yeah. I don't think I have much else to tell you. Hopefully I will get around to, I'm going to be in the center of the screen. I'm just not working very well. Hopefully I will get around to making another one in less than a year. I don't have much excuse since I'm not working. I just am one of those people that I feel like I don't have enough to show you, so why would I even bother? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. So go follow me on Instagram, The Southern Stitcher. I post on there every now and then. I always post my finishes, or I try to. post all of my finishes on there. So if you're ever wondering about that, what I'm actually doing and what I've accomplished, you can check there. I try to post progress as well, but again, I'm not an internet person, which is weird. Okay, well, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to show you or tell you. So everybody be safe, wash your hands, stay sane, because I know I'm trying my best to stay sane. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.